Welcome back, caffeinators, to Caffeine with Christina, taking you to... Today we're going to be talking about how do I make the first step in my spiritual life. God is always the one that takes the first step. He's the ultimate pursuer. He is literally the only one that's going to pursue you until you die. And so realizing when we think that we need to take the first step, God has already taken like 20 steps towards us, but we're like, oh, you know what? Maybe I need to start giving him something. So that's when you realize, wow, God has been pursuing me and I'm finally realizing right now that I need to go towards him. So that's the first step. Second step is accepting and acknowledging that we need help, that we cannot do this on our own. And that takes humility. That takes us putting aside our pride and realizing, crap, I need help. I need someone to help me. I need to open myself up. I need to be vulnerable. And it's usually not easy because people don't like being vulnerable. People don't like being that honest. People don't like needing help, you know? And I feel like nowadays it's all about like feeling like we're a burden, but you're not a burden. Someone that actually cares about you is going to love you coming to them. And they're gonna wanna help you. They're gonna be grateful that you chose them to open up to, you know? Obviously that'd be someone trusted, especially like if it's your spiritual life, it just not be anyone. You want someone with deep formation, with deep roots that can really help you on your journey. It's crucial. It's crucial that it's someone with a deep formation. And I think the biggest temptation is to think, why am I gonna make my life difficult? Why do I need God? Why do I whatever? And that's typical of the evil one. You know, he doesn't want you to be happy. He doesn't want you to take the road less traveled. Why? Because he knows that it is the truth, it is the good, and he is the opposite of that, you know? And so he wants to tell you all these lies, tell you all these things, make you scared so that you don't want to pursue God, you know? And they're lies, so don't believe him. What's the first thing that you do when you realize, oh crap, I don't know anything that's gonna be on this next exam in class? What do? You start studying, you start asking questions, you start whatever. The same is with the spiritual life. You're like, oh crap, like, I don't know much about my spiritual life. I don't know much about like my Catholic faith, my Christian faith. What do? You study, you ask questions, you go to someone that knows about the subject, you seek advice and help, you know. Do you need extra study hall? Like, do you need whatever? Seek that out. We can feel alone. We can feel like we don't know absolutely anything and that we're so behind. But those are all lies, and they are, those thoughts and those temptations ultimately can either lead us towards God or lead us away from God. It could be, oh crap, I don't know anything. Lord, help me. Give me the faith, give me the knowledge, give me the people that are gonna help me grow. Or it could be like, crap, I don't know anything. I'm just gonna not do anything about it because it's too much for me, you know? And like, keep thinking about the things that you don't know and how those people of faith are like weird, or like you kind of make excuses for not going and searching for the deep, true knowledge. So learn about it. Most important thing, taking the first step is just taking 5 minutes of silence in your day and really accepting yourself in that silence. Because I think the hardest thing when you step into silence is like actually accepting that is silent. Like, you know, like when you're in a concert and it's like super freaking loud and you're having so much fun, whatever, it's great. And then you leave and all of a sudden it's super quiet and you're like uncomfortable. Why? Because you're surrounded in noise, you're surrounded in fun and whatever, and ooh, which is fine. But later you're like, oh my gosh, I missed silence. I forgot how to be in silence. And that's how we are in our daily life. You know, we sit down, there's Instagram, there's YouTube, there's studying, there's family, there's chores, there's all this noise, and we sit down and we're like uncomfortable with ourselves, you know? And it's like, no, we should be so comfortable with ourselves. We should make it a habit to spend time in that silence, because the language of God is silence. So if we don't spend 5 minutes in silence and we're like, why is God not talking to me? Well, he is, honey, but you can't hear him because you're never in like silence. Let me take a sip. Journal. That is the biggest advice I can give absolutely anyone, especially if you're very forgetful. Journal, journal, journal. Anything that comes to your mind, any inspiration that crosses your mind, write it down, because the Holy Spirit blows and goes whenever he wants. And sometimes we'll forget what he says in the little things that we're like, oh, that's so good. And why, you know, give up that that moment that could help us. Get involved with people that live the way that you are interested in, you know? Don't just live with the idea that you have of these people or, you know, whatever. Actually experience it yourself and know that you have your own personal judgment on it, and it's not like you're just taking on what other people think about this, you know? That it be something that you have experienced, that you have sought out, you know, and yeah, ask questions and to not be afraid to be curious. I think the biggest asset anyone can have is curiosity. Well, it can also lead to a lot of bad things, but being curious can give you a really deep interior life because you're constantly wondering and asking why, and there's endless answers in the faith. It's a mystery, some things. So it's a beautiful quality to have. It's a matter of interest and will. If you want to, you will do it. If you want to take the first step, you will. If you want to get to know God, you will. If you want to, you know, do anything in life, do it. If you will it, you will do it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is really important to me, but I never make time for it. Well, is it really on the top of your priorities? You know, is it really something that you're valuing? Your actions will speak louder than your words, you know? And do you really want this? And if you do, go after it, you know? If you're not doing that, then maybe reevaluate what's on the top of your list of priorities. And the chances are that the thing on the top of your list is where you put your self-worth, and that's where your heart lies. So a lot of the times we can, you know, accidentally reorganize our priorities, and maybe God was at the top and all of a sudden he became on the bottom. We're like, when the heck did this happen? So it's fine. You just have to reorganize yourself. You know, we're not perfect. None of us are perfect. So, like, don't worry. I hope you stay caffeinated and subscribe, like, and wait for next month's YouTube video. Bye, guys.